Morning. How are you guys? No discussion today on what I was going to talk about. Look at this. I'm having a heck of a time getting my sweater all organized. Um, I was thinking about it over the last couple of days and thinking what to talk to you about today. And I have not come up with any most brilliant ideas, except for one very, very small tip that I wanted to share with you. So first, before we dive in, welcome and welcome back. It's December 27th. If you're watching this live or if you're watching the replay, this is my first day back in front of the computer since December the 24th, since we've been celebrating Christmas. And I realized that it has been a really long time since I've taken a break. And so I'm just totally feeling relaxed right now. We had a great, quiet Christmas, lots of good times with family, had friends over as well. And so we've really had a nice couple of days. And I hope that you too have had a great Christmas season. If you're still celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you're off for the week, I'm so glad that you're getting some time away and time to do some of the things that maybe you've been putting on the back burner for a while. So let's dive in. This is the time of year where everything that I see on social media and emails always talks about what are your goals for next year. And I think that goals are important. I totally am a goal-driven person, but I think before we talk about goals, we've got to talk about one really important component, and that's the thing I wanted to talk about today. So lots of people have a problem setting goals. They have problems getting clear on what they want. And I believe that the heart of it is that you don't really believe that you're going to achieve your goal. And much of the reason for that is because we are very, very used to keeping our word. If we're saying we're going to do something, we keep our word no matter what, when it involves somebody else. So if you make a promise to a friend or a family member or a coworker, or you make a commitment at work, or you make a commitment in a social setting, you will always, always keep it. Our integrity is super high in that area. And I think that what happens is that we don't keep our word to ourselves as much as we keep our word to somebody else. So how does that settle with you when I say that? Yet we have a ton of integrity, and we would never say we're going to do something and not make sure that we kept our word when we're talking to somebody else. But when it comes to us, and notice that word but, when it comes to ourselves, if we say we're going to go for a goal, we're going to make this a big year, maybe this is a year where you're really going to jump on your health and you're going to eat healthy, or this is the year to always start that business that you've always dreamed of, or maybe you're going to, read a book a week, 52 books next year, whatever that dream is, that goal is that you want. Maybe you want to take a month and travel. All of those things are wonderful. And are you a little scared to set a goal? And yeah, I use that fear word intentionally. Are you scared to set a goal for next year because you're worried, or maybe you know in your heart that you'll just let it slip, and that the disappointment of setting something that's a dream that would be so exciting and so great, you know that you probably will put your commitment to other people, to other things in your life, above your commitment to yourself. So today, just a quick thought about, if I'm committed to achieving something next year, what might that be? And in some ways, the goal itself is not that important. And I know that this is kind of a weird thing for me to say, especially after I just told you I'm a real goal-driven person. But in some ways, it's not the goal that's the most important thing. It's how you learn to keep your word to yourself when you set a goal. And if you say that you're going to do something, maybe you're going to go to the gym 3 times a week for all of the next year, And we know what happens when we make a new commitment. It's a challenge. We're excited the first couple of weeks, and then it becomes a challenge. And then eventually it will more than likely tail off. But what do you need to do to make a commitment to yourself that you're going to do this no matter what? What would it mean to make a real, true commitment to you instead of leaving your commitments to yourself on the back burner or being a leftover? You know, like what would it be like to give your word to other people and keep that and not just treat your own commitments to yourself, just like with whatever leftover energy you might have? I would love to hear what you guys have to say. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. How are you with keeping your commitments to yourself? And maybe this is the year that instead of having a huge splashy goal, you set a very small goal. Maybe you don't set a goal for an entire year. And I got to say, I kind of love that. I love quarterly goals. I love monthly goals. I love intentions. What if you just set a very small goal to learn how to practice keeping your word to yourself, so that when you set a little bit bigger goal, you know that you're committed to yourself and that you'll achieve that too. And I wonder how much of our hesitation of setting big goals is because at the heart of it, we're not really sure that we can trust ourselves to do the difficult things to make those goals real. So think about it. Pop me your comments in the side here. I hope you guys are having a really wonderful Christmas break. And as you're thinking about what's coming next year and what you'd like to achieve next year, think about two things. Do I want to set a goal for all of 2019? Or would I prefer to set a goal for maybe the first 3 months of the year, or maybe just for January? Set a small goal for a shorter amount of time and practice keeping your word to yourself, keeping your commitment to yourself top priority instead of everybody else top priority. And then when you achieve that small, shorter term goal, then you can set another one, another small short-term goal, and build that muscle of keeping your word to yourself, keeping your commitment to yourself top of mind. And then after a couple of months of doing that, now you're going to be in a position where you can set one of those big, fabulous goals that you've wanted. And you'll be able to set it knowing that you're going to do it. You actually will do it instead of just having a dream, but not actually making it reality. So have a great day, you guys. I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.